Hello, friends. What's up? I'm back. We're talking about the new ILLIT album, Super Real Me. However, as their name is spelled, I will be calling them ILLIT going forward. Anyway, I was actually really excited about this. I love a debut. I've said this so many times. It's why I have like a tendency to cover, I feel like, more debuts of Nugus than like anyone else. I know ILLIT isn't a Nugu, but like, either way, I feel like I just love a debut. It's like you have all the potential in the world ahead of you. The road is clear. You can do whatever you want. I just think it's fun. But let's get into how this video is going to work so I can actually talk about their album, okay? I'm going to run through the track list and give you my thoughts on each song. And then give this album a score out of 10 at the end, but I do have a couple disclaimers before we continue. Disclaimer number 1. This album is new. It's been out for, at this point, a little while, but, like, it's still new. Like, it came out today. And my opinions on it very much may change over time. Second disclaimer is my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, now that we have that out of the way, let's get started. First up, we have My World, and hear me out. This song, along with every song on this album, really, reminds me of something that would have come off the New Jeans Get Up mini. This one in particular feels like it came off that mini album, but it was like a chiller version of a song. Now, to be clear, I like the Get Up mini. I'm not saying it in like a disparaging way. If I said it remind me of New Jeans The Album, that is not a compliment. Get Up, I enjoy. So it's not a mean thing. And I actually like this song too. I liked it a lot. I have one core gripe, however, okay? My core complaint with this song, why is it so short? Why does it feel the need to be short? I know we as like a K-pop community have moved towards shorter songs. Personally, I hate it. But the songs have been getting shorter. They've been cutting out the bridges. We have to learn to cope. But this song I feel like goes a little too far. This song is under 2 minutes long. Okay, for context, since I started filming this video, granted I'm going to be cutting stuff out, I've been sitting here for around 2 minutes. Meaning, if I started that song when I sat down, I would have since finished it. That's unbelievable. That is unacceptable. I want more. I will concede, though, it does make a pretty decent use of its runtime. Like, the background music's fine, it's nothing super special, but the verses are solid, and the pre-chorus is pretty good. Now, I am of the opinion that the best part of this song is absolutely the chorus, okay? This chorus, I was having a bit of a moment. I really was. Like, I was vibing, I was experiencing some things. It's a great chorus. As a whole, though, I think this is a good song. I liked it. I'll stream it again for sure. My gripes about it being too short still stand, but it does earn itself a smidge of extra credit because I do low-key think this is an excellent opener for your debut album. Like, it has fresh, let's just say it's giving welcome to my world, welcome to my era. Like, it's just, I like it. It has a certain je ne sais quoi, and I like it. On to the next song, which is the title track, Magnetic, and again, it's giving New Jeans. Now, I know I already said this, but the entire album is giving New Jeans. I'm fine with it on the B-sides. Like, I'm not thrilled about it, but I take specific issue with you making the title track extremely New Jeans coded because it's just such a decision from Hybrid. Like, it's such a choice. Choices were made because to take your brand new girl group, the girl group you could have literally given any musical style to, within reason. But, like, theoretically, they could have given them anything. And you chose to make them essentially New Jeans 2.0. That's not to say I didn't enjoy the song. I actually really liked it. The background music, for starters, is great. It's so cool. I'm a little too into the part where the background music cuts out. Like, those little chunks where they just stop the music. I can't explain it, but I think they add like that little oomph to the song. I think it works really well. I really like it. The verses, meanwhile, are also really good. The first one's just bright and poppy and fun, and I'm jamming my little heart out to it. The second one, though, the second one is slower. And normally, I do not enjoy a slower second verse. I think it messes with the flow of the song a lot of the times. I'm not always into it. This is an exception. I actually really liked it here. Like, it kind of fucks in ways that I was not prepared for, but I'm very much okay with. The pre-chorus, also good. It's a bit of a bop, if you ask me. Like, it's a fun time. Plus, it flows well into the chorus. Like, it does its job. And this chorus is actually, like, excellent, okay? I know I am the first to complain about an overly repetitive chorus. I was complaining about Dream's chorus earlier today. I hate overly repetitive choruses. 99% of the time, I will despise a song if it has an overly repetitive chorus, okay? This, however, is that 1%. Just like with the slower second verse, this song is the exception to the rule because this chorus is a bop. Like, I have so much fun when this chorus comes on. I'm having the absolute time of my life. So, like, I can't complain. It's a good chorus. Big picture, this is not the best debut ever, right? Like, even of the Hybe girl groups, I think LE SSERAFIM's is stronger than this. But that, again, is not to say I didn't like the song. I really enjoyed it. My one main complaint about it is hypothetically, right? The bestie hasn't heard this song, for example. I'm like 99% sure. If I took her and I put this song on for her and I told her it was New Jeans, I wouldn't even have to try to make her believe me. For comparison, let's look at some SM girl groups, right? Because SM has a ton of girl groups to their name. You could never play for me a Girls' Generation song, and I would think it was anyone but Girls' Generation. FX had a unique stand. I would never mix up Red Velvet and aespa. All of the SM girl groups have a unique sound to them. And I just think it's interesting that Hybe is actively choosing, to be fair, they're playing into what they know works. They know a New Jeans style song works. I stand by, I have a conspiracy theory. I actually don't know if I've ever said this on the channel, but I do stand by it. I am convinced that Gods and Perfect Night were supposed to be switched. And one was supposed to go, like, Gods was supposed to be a LE SSERAFIM song. Perfect Night was supposed to be a New Jeans song. I am convinced of this. The vibes are very much there. But, like, they know that that's the type of sound that works. It worked really well for LE SSERAFIM. It works for New Jeans. They know it's what works. And I just think it's interesting that Hybe has chosen, because I'm of the opinion, right, that to a certain extent, music is art. Like, I understand it is a business. There's going to be some form of capitalism to it. But at its core, it is art. And I think it's very interesting that Hybe has completely just dropped the art aspect of it to consistently put out songs that they just know will probably sell well. That's it. Hybe's lost the plot, like, minimum 5 years ago at this point. There hasn't been art, like, true art. Like, the way that if you listen to... I'm trying to think of a good example. I don't know, like a Taemin song, right? Like, you hear Taemin, you understand that, like, this is art. Okay, like, Taemin put his blood, sweat, and tears into making this song happen. Whereas, if you listen to a Hybe song, this is turning into me complaining about Hybe. I'm not going to stop, though. If you listen to a Hybe song, you can tell there's no love in it. Like, Hybe has been putting out soulless music by most of their artists for literally years at this point. They've lost the plot, and I think we ought to be okay with that. But also, I'm going to take this moment to bring up when Bang Si-hyuk said, let's take the K out of K-pop. I think he's winning that war, and I think someone needs to take him out. I've rambled enough. We really need to move on because I could complain about Hybe all day. So the next song is a Midnight Fiction. And again, it's giving New Jeans, but this time I love it too much. Like, this is my favorite song on the album, if you were wondering. It's just giving a toned down pop song in a way I didn't know I craved, but I'm absolutely enthralled with. Like, the verses, okay? The first one's good, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But the second one is excellent. It has these little flares in the music that just fill me with levels of serotonin I didn't know I could achieve. Speaking of, great background music just throughout the song. I don't know who composed this because I didn't bother to look, but they did a great job. I'm sorry to this man. I assume it's a man. I'm sorry to this man simply because you're going to get a lot of New Jeans comparisons, if by no one else, then at least by me. Anyway, the chorus is also really good, for the record. Like, I was having too much fun to it. I'll admit that about myself. I was having a little too much fun, but also, I'm not sorry. Like, I was feeling myself, and it was fun. As a whole, it's a great listen. Great time. Time of my life listening to it. I personally can't wait to turn my brain off and really let myself experience it, but there is also a part of me that's worried that I will break something. And, last but not least, we have Lucky Girl Syndrome. And while there is still New Jeans to the song, I think this is the least New Jeans on the album. It has a bit of its own flair to it that makes it a little bit unique. That said, while I do get the vision for the song, I see what we were trying to do, I'm not thrilled with what we got. I feel like the chorus is lacking oomph, okay? Like, this chorus just doesn't do it for me. The rest of the song, though, is actually really good. Like, if you take out the chorus, I had a great time to this song. The verses are good, the background music is fun, and the pre-chorus is great. In summary, it's a good song, right? Like, I'm pleased with what we got. This is another one where, like, I will be streaming it again, that I can't help but wish the chorus had a little more going for it, if you know what I mean. But that's all I have to tell you about this album. So with that, it is score time, and overall, I'm going to give it a 9.1 out of 10, which is almost certainly the highest score I've given a Hive debut album ever. Maybe Tux. I might give Tux a higher score. But aside from Tux, like, great album. I have 2 complaints. Complaint number 1, this album is short. Like, there are 4 songs on this album, and this album is 10 minutes long. This video will probably be roughly as long as the entire album. That's not ideal, given the fact that, like, I know when I do, like, 1 songs, it's usually longer, but this is a whole album. You could have done more. My second complaint is unoriginal, both to me, like, in this video and in general. I've seen it a lot on Twitter. This album is very New Jeans coded. Like, again, if I took the bestie, because the bestie has no idea what goes on. I have to remind her every week what comebacks are coming out because she does not pay attention. But if I took the bestie, right, I didn't tell her this was ILLIT. I told her this was New Jeans, and I put this album on for her. She would believe me. There is nothing about this album that isn't screaming New Jeans in your face. I don't know, maybe I'm just a hater. I think you should make music for your girl groups that doesn't sound exactly the same. A potentially hot take, I'm sure, but that's where I stand. But either way, it's a good album. I'm pleased with what we got. I'll definitely be streaming it. So yeah, 9.1 out of 10. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know how you feel. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to put my New Jeans playlist in the description that has all my New Jeans reviews. Because I'm sure if you liked this album, you'd like the New Jeans ones. So I'll put them down there for you to watch if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching.